Hey guys, Pat from Elite Action Joe Studios with Jameson on the camera.
Howdy.
Emma's not here for this one. This is part 2 of the most recent. 2 quick shout outs. Number 1, Paul Knapp Challenge. If you guys haven't followed our channel or some of the other channels, don't know about the Paul Knapp Challenge, jump over to ours where it says Paul Knapp Challenge or go to Paul Knapp. So he just got the first 2 crates from the Axis of Awesome. And he did a little photo story on, which is fantastic. It's so cool that he's doing that. So check that out. Very cool. Me and Jay have sent ours. Exciting to see what he does with ours, and then we'll see what he does with everybody else. One other shout out, which is just interesting. Right before we filmed the one before this, part 1, the Poplox 4583 show, I saw something on TV. So I've mentioned Open by Chance before. He's a vintage gentleman with his wife, and they have a huge, it's like a museum. His collection is so hugely vintage toys. He's got Big Joe's, Little Joe's, He-Man, pretty much any action figures. It's pretty impressive. And I've shouted them out before, but the reason I was watching them, they were at a toy swapped toy show in North Carolina, and they talked to a gentleman, and this is what we want. So go look up Retro Toy Quest. Retro Toy Quest. And this guy had these really cool prints, and I'll try and get some pictures and have Jay add them at the end of this. The guy's trying to do sort of an online toy museum and possibly do a book, but a way he wants to fund that is he does these really great diorama prints. He'll build the diorama, take the picture, and then he has underneath it all the action figures that were involved in it. He's got He-Man, G.I. Joe, different stuff. But if you go to that, you can buy some of these prints. And this is not a paid advertisement, just something I saw is really cool. He only has one 12-inch that I saw, but it's really cool. It's like the Spy Island one. And they look like they're pretty good poster size. But anybody wants to do that, do some sort of toy, museum to help other people find, just go check them out and shut up. Okay, so question for part 2. One question, one person. Deep inside the TLC bunker, Adam has asked me a question. How many vintage Joes do you actually have? Well, there's only one way to find out. Jay's going to pause this, and we're going to go that way. Okay, guys, we're over here now behind the desk, and what we're going to do is Jay's going to move slowly towards me. I'm going to go out this way, and I'm going to start over there. So what you're seeing for the next several minutes is all vintage. The boxes are not vintage, they are reproduction. However, everything you see in the boxes and everything below, they are all vintage figures. Now, stop on that sailor for a minute when you get to him. So that sailor, you're saying, why does that sailor have a mustache? That's one of those things I talk about, how sometimes I get things and I just leave them the way they are. This figure came in a little bundle that I bought at a toy store. And he had that mustache that some kid put on, probably looked like his dad or something. He had the sailor outfit and the mustache, and I thought, it might be a little bit too YMCA, but I dig it, so I left it. And that's just kind of the way I am. So moving on, you got Marines. This case here is actually one of my best cases. This is a Arctic Mountain set. This is the Japanese Soldiers of the World figure. Now, it's not complete, but the uniform's complete. I do have 2 accessories. I think I have the belt and maybe the rucksack. That was a really, really tough one to get. Next is probably the most rare one in my collection. This is the African American soldier. Now, he also was the same owner who had that sailor. So if you look close, if Jay can get in there, he's got sideburns. Now the sideburns are just tape, the same tape that made the mustache, but it looks cool. I could peel them off. I started to flake at it a little, and it would come right off, but I like it. I'm leaving it. It's awesome. And then my Desert Patrol driver here. And then you're going to get one pilot, who I need a blue hat for. And then after that, we'll get into Adventure Team. Now, most of these Adventure Team are, these two are in their right uniforms. All the holsters are vintage. This astronaut, I had this. I think it's a dirty white uniform, so I figured it was perfect. This guy is not a talking commander. It is a talking commander head, but I found him in a flea market with a regular body. Now, this was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, so I don't know if somebody doing vintage or your customs or something changed it, or if it was just a fluke that it came that way, maybe, you know, out of the package. I don't know, but it is not a talker. Right here, this talker does work, and it's awesome. I'm not gonna try to play with it but I got this from a place called Poplux 4583.
You may have heard of him.
He hooked me up with that. He had some stuff, vintage stuff he was going to put up, and I told him I was looking for one, and he said, got it, and I'm like, you're the best, dude. And so now I have that one. So excited. Now we're going to move down. I know some of these aren't in the right uniforms. That's just the way it is. Some of them, the way they came, I left them. Now some of these you'll see little slips of paper. I try with all my figures to write down where I got the figure from. And, you know, like when I got it, not like precise dates, but, you know, estimate. Most of them do have those in there. Some of them you just might not see because they're behind. I didn't get them all out. A lot of them do have the right uniform. Some of them don't. This, you know, here's your astronaut. He's got the astronaut suit on. This guy's not, but I love that green, so I swapped them out because of how many guys can you have in the orange. I think I have 2 in the orange, but
looks like 3 actually.
Well, not counting the pilot. I'm just talking Adventure Team.
Oh, okay.
And then this guy was. I didn't have the African American figure for the longest time. I just got this like 2 years ago. 3 years ago with my Christmas gift cards. This, of course, you've seen before. That's my original from my childhood. And then you see another case. There is one in that box that's a Man of Action, but I did not want to bust it open because the back is hard to get on and off. The 2 guys in tiger stripes I've talked about on video before. Now I count them as vintage because they are vintage Joe Adventure Team heads. The bodies are not G.I. Joe, but they are vintage 60s or 70s ideal from I can't remember the line now. It's but it was like Captain Action, but I had the bodies, put heads on them, dressed them up. So I count them as vintage, even though their gear's not, but that's where they belong. All right, drop down there. This is my only Eagle Eye guy, courtesy of Adam from the Lost Chronicles. He made me one of the Muscle Men guys. We did a video on this where we both showed our guys in the same uniform. And then coming back over, we got that guy. And then these guys I didn't have room for up there by the other 60s guys. So I stuck them in here. Now I'm going to pan over to some more Adventure Teamers. And of course, you can see the
amazing
Adam tables from the TLC bunker as well. And then this guy in the Swamp Craft. And my only vintage Action Man. And this doesn't have anything to do with it, but right here is a shrunken head from Jeff at Skunk Works. I had all 3 of them here, but right before I was putting these things up here, the other 2 fell. And I was going to put them back up, and then I forgot until this very moment. Okay. So that basically is almost all of them, but I got a few more. So we're going to pause and go back to the table. Hey guys, okay, so we're back to the table. I have a few more to show you. First, I'm going to throw these in. These are Defenders figures. Don't know if you guys have any of those. They were a later on Hasbro thing where they have no articulation, well, 5 points of articulation. They're really pretty horrible figures. But I found this one at a flea market last summer with Jay, and this is what it came on. I got it for like $3, remember?
Yeah.
And then I found this one in my local toy store, and I wasn't going to get it because I already had this guy, but I realized that this jumpsuit, I wanted to get it off of here and check to see if it was the rare goldenrod pilot uniform from the 60s. but I started to undo the zipper, and I realized the zipper was going to break.
I remember that.
And
Yeah.
it was gonna, so it is what it is. So I left it on them. But those were a cool addition. I always wanted to have one in my collection. Now I have two. Moving on, this guy here, I'm going to just open real quick. So behind him here is the entire Crash Crew set, and I got this guy with the Crash Crew set and these. I went to change him because he had this stained uniform, which I don't even know why I was going to change him because you couldn't see it anyways. But so that figure, I need to finish him up, get him reboxed. Then let's see, go to this one. These are two of my favorite figures that I've had for quite a while. Excuse this little bit of accessories that go in. They've been in this box for a long time. So this guy, this is how I bought him. Not a talker, but he had the right uniform, so I always used him kind of as my talk commander. He's in pretty good shape, except for a little bald spot in the back, but the uniform's good. And then this figure here, which I got off of eBay, just the way he stands, and I just thought, wow, this guy's awesome. And I really need to get him out on display because this is how he came. Just a nice little custom like setup with the holster and the pistol.
Love the rucksack thing, yeah.
It was super cool. I was so excited to pick this up, and that was pretty early on when I started getting back into the vintage. So when I saw that, when I paid, I was looking just to really get something inexpensive. And I saw that one, I paid a little more than I wanted to, but I was so happy I did because I love that guy. And then we have, let's set this back here out of the way. These are probably two of my more recent additions. This one, now, it is not quite complete, but this is the Soldier of the World Jungle Fighter. And this is, I had some pieces, and I got this from also my buddy Cody at Poplocks 4583. The whole last show was about Cody. I think I've said his name more in this one than Adam, and this is Adam's segment. Sorry, Adam.
Well, maybe Adam should have contributed more to the vintage.
Oh, he's done a lot.
Yeah. I know.
Adam's vintage comic book back there. But anyway, so yeah, I was really excited. I think I need two little pieces for this. One is the hose for
I think his pants as well, doesn't he?
Flamethrower.
Or shorts, doesn't he?
I thought I found the shorts. No.
He looks quite naked.
I think I did get them. I think they're just somewhere else right now. I'm dumb. Anyways, so then this was awesome. I got this not too long ago. So I was pretty sure. I don't have any boxes. This is close to a box as I have. And it's pretty roached, as you can see, right? But, you go like that, and it's pretty nice, right?
It's still so cool looking, the way it makes it look.
Right, so the thing is, it came with this figure, which is an adventure team, and this is for the talking G.I. Joe soldier. And this is a talker. He works, but he does need some cleaning or something because it's pretty garbly. But this came with this box because I guess the guy just, whatever, he probably got a sale or something, some flipper, and he thought they went together. But technically, the talking man of action from the adventure team actually uses the body from the actual talking soldier. So it is technically the right voice box and body. So technically, maybe it came this way. Maybe this is like, maybe he had it and it was some fluke that they had some boxes left. I don't know. I always think about that. Like maybe it is. Maybe it was one of those flukes. But he's in really good shape. His body is almost mint. I mean, it's crisp. There's no flaws in it. There's no scratches. The only thing that makes me believe that it was probably some kind of head swap was his, you can see the skin tone is way off. But, it could be, he had the box in this and just, lost the head or pulled the head off or something. But that's one of those projects that, I'd like to do one day. I'm not big on the repair of the the talk boxes, but I'm hoping to do that one day. And of course, I got it from Martinsville. So that was those. Just a couple more little things to show you. Now, Jeff at Skunkworks had done some custom boxes, Foot Locker boxes, and of course we're all doing the Sigma 6 boxes right now. So first I'll show you this one. This is a vintage box filled with parts. This is my parts box. Mostly bodies, a couple heads, a bunch of feet. I do have some hands, but not as many as I'd like. I definitely need to get myself some...
You gotta get your hands on some more hands.
Yes, especially some punk grip hands. But anyways, and then this one I customized, painted the blue, just kind of did my own thing. It was kind of banged up. And I got this, was from Three Sons on eBay, and I really liked it. This one, I had this blocker when I was a kid. It was more of an aqua, but I just wanted it. I did have the Scuba Suit, which is in here. All the pieces and parts, all kinds of accessories for underwater. That's all vintage. The only problem is, when I had this in the garage,
as with every one of the dives,
the jacket got kind of melty to the tray, and thus it ruined it. But life is life. And then finally, I did this box, which is the Sea Diver box, and that contains my Sea Diver and all the accoutrements. Is that the right word?
accoutrements.
Yeah,
I think it is.
Something like that.
All the fixings.
Got the gloves, his little watch, sledgehammer. So that's my sea adventure. And I often wanted to switch the one from my childhood into this uniform, because this is one of the things I played with most. This isn't the one from my childhood, but because this was one of the things I played with the most. I was just telling Jay a story how my basement in my parents' house used to flood. And one year my dad was flipping out. Now being a dad, I understand when something goes wrong in the house, there's not a damn thing funny about it. But and I remember me and my brother were down there with a sea sled, and I had my sea diver, and the water was this deep, and we thought it was the greatest thing ever because we were sitting on this old coffee table as their like base, and oh boy, did we get in trouble. But anyway, Joe memories. So
it's funny too how because I have the reproduction anniversary of the diver too.
Yeah, it was a great set. But so Adam, that's how many vintage guys I have. Oh.
Are
we supposed to count those?
I'm pretty sure it's up to the viewer, kind of.
Anybody got a number for me? Should I tell them the number?
I don't know.
We don't even know, really. We counted these real quick. And
you're just going to have to watch a video and count them as you go.
Yeah. I do believe I have a couple more that aren't here, because I'm like, hey, where's this one? Where's that one? So, but right here, there's, I think 50, maybe 52.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had these all out when I did it. So we're gonna put the number of 52, and if you guys can prove us wrong by counting them, then you go ahead and let us know what you came up with. Now remember, this one technically has, I could probably throw the two guys together, so we could go 54. So if you're between 50 and 54, you're right in the ballpark. But so Adam, that's
there's your answer.
There's your answer. About 50 to 54.
Your very own segment.
Thanks, Adam. That's Adam at G.I. Joe: The Lost Chronicles.
Deep in the TLC bunker.
And we better say it one more time, so that way I put him one ahead of Cody on this segment.
There, yeah.
Adam from
G.I. Joe: The Lost Chronicles. Deep in the TLC bunker.
I goofed up. That was my fault. All right, buddy.
It's not. It doesn't necessarily roll off the tongue like Pop Lost Forward 583.
Yeah. TLC bunker does.
Yeah, that does.
But Adam, so that was for you. That was a lot of work. I'm sweating. Now, Jay did most of the lifting of the heavy boxes because I couldn't. But when you're working with one arm, it's still exhausting. But for you, it was worth it. So we hope you enjoyed that. And that'll do it for now. We have something coming up this week, I think. So don't forget, everybody, ask more questions. That's all. I'm out of here. Till the next one.